Hello, it is Thrawn's Revenge here with another MOC video. Sorry, I am late. I was hoping to get this out on Monday. Instead, we are doing it on Tuesday. I apologize. Hope you all had a good President's Day. We'll get straight into the video, and I'll explain at the end why I'm late. But this is my X-83 Twintail Starfighter. The X-83 Twintail Starfighter was a model of the X-Wing series. It was created in 130 ABY during the Darth Krayt's Rise of Powers kind of like time frame. It was manufactured by Incom, of course, because it's an X-Wing model. And it was used during the Sith Imperial War, mostly by the New Jedi Order. It was a very powerful starfighter. It was very balanced as well. It had very strong shielding as well as very maneuverable and had fantastic firepower. The ship doesn't have a astromech droid because the astromech system is integrated into the ship, so if you didn't wipe the memory of the ship would start to gain a personality. My version of this ship is based off of two different versions, the original comic version and this fan art version that gave it a more modern kind of design. So I want to incorporate aspects of both to kind of give it its own sort of personality in the ship designs that I have. And we'll kind of go into it. So here's the ship. I have it on a temporary stand right now because there's kind of, it's hard to display this with the X-Wings open. So this was kind of my best option. The wings do fold and open, so you are able to close these, no problem. Well, that's a problem, but that's because I didn't have it on properly, so I only have myself to blame on that one. I will say the biggest issue this ship has is the wings. The wings are not fragile, the connection point of the wings is fragile. The connection points of the wings are with two ratchet bricks here that are connected to not a lot of connections. This is a swooshable model. You can pick it up and fly it around, as I'll show you. Get the stand out of the way. So I can swoosh this, no problem, right? It's just if you rattle this model aggressively, the wing system will break off, which is kind of infuriating. So if that's like a make or break thing for you, I wouldn't recommend getting these instructions. I tried to make it as accurate to the model as possible, which meant that certain structural things that I could normally do were a lot harder to do in this very tight, confined space. There probably might have been better ways that I could have integrated the ratcheting system, but to get the designs that you'll see on the bottom and the top, I couldn't manage to do that without having this kind of structural issue. So, just letting you know that in advance, in case you are interested in picking up the instructions. So we will continue on. As you can see in the model, I tried to keep as little amount of studs as possible. So if you look at the top, right, it's kind of the top of the model. Very flush. There's like a couple of studs here and there. Most of the studs you'll see are actually on the wings. Since I didn't want to do another brick-built wings and have the same issue that I had with the Jedi Vector, so I preferred to do it with plates this time around. I felt that that was a better design. Downside is you see anti-studs on the bottom, which I don't like seeing anti-studs, but I couldn't think of any other way to do this without it being even heavier wings and costing even more money. The bottom I'm also very proud of, so let me get that, show you that as well. There's the bottom, also lacking in a lot of studs. There's some anti-studs you'll see on the bottom, a little bit here and there, but nothing too crazy. So I'm very proud of this model. I thought this turned out a lot better than I had expected it to be. It was a very challenging model to design due to the shaping of the fighter. You'll also notice that in the original version of the fighter's a lot shorter. Since mine is based off of a more modernized variant, it's a little wider than it normally should be, which is why it looks a little different. Cockpit is able to open right here. It has the controls here, which swivel, and then seat right there. The seat is able to hold one minifigure. The downside is unlike a lot of my other models, where you're able to use the panels that let the minifig go in and out, I had to remove those completely. Because I just couldn't get a minifig with a helmet to fit. So because some of my vehicles tend to have issues with big helmets and stuff, I wanted to give the ability for helmets to still be able to work. So he is properly studded in. So if you don't like that, you can put the panels back in. It's just one 1x2 tan tile and the 1x2 panel for feet. You can add those in if you aren't using helmets, but because some people want to use helmets, I removed that completely. You are also able to put a blaster in the model. So with this tile right here, you just pop that off, and a blaster can fit right inside there. There's the big enough hole in there. Get it out, you'll have to flip the model and kind of like shake, because you can't really put your fingers in. Another way to get it out, you could do it like this. Pop this cockpit off, have access to the inside of there. So it's a good enough space, you'll be able to get anything that's in there. Another issue with the model is that these back engine bits are only connected by the 4 studs here and here. If you don't have good pieces, the connection might be a little loose. If you want to fix that, you could possibly put bars in it. That's one way to fix it. I fixed it by, I did this in the model's instructions as well, using the bricks instead of the plates, because the bricks have better clutch. So the round bricks have the better clutch connection, so I switched them instead of the 2x2 round plate. So that should help most of it. You can see that the wings kind of bend in the foiled position because of their weight. There's not really a good way to fix that. If it was a proper like X-Wing, I would have the Technic beams on the inside that would be able to keep most of the weight. But most of the Technic for this model is going to be inside this area, because that's where most of the weight is. For the actual internals, where the wings were more of, after I built this section. So, learning in digital is hard. Digital building is hard, especially when you don't have the model or pieces in hand to be able to properly test. And now that I do know where some of the issues are, and I'll continue changing my design as I continue moving forward. So, hopefully we can get more interesting concepts with better structure over the coming years, or however long I do this. Hopefully forever. So if you are interested in picking up the model, the instructions link will be down in the description below. Thank you to Extra Minifigures again. Code THRAWN, 15% off your purchase at checkout for $10 or more. And then update time. So, why did I not get this in time? A, I'm lazy. B, I was actually working on some commission work on Sunday. I streamed the commission. You'll see the image right here. Someone had asked me to do proper greebling for their UCS Millennium Falcon after they saw Brickvault's Millennium Falcon model, which just is on pre-order right now. So I was told to try to copy ILM's style of greeble for the Falcon. I tried my best. It took 2 hours to do that. It was a lot of work. So that ate a good amount of time that I would usually be using to record these videos. The other thing that I have been working on is this set of instructions. This is for the Destiny 2 Briggs. If you've seen it, you know it. I personally don't really play a lot of Destiny, but someone asked for it. It kept me sane in between my ATAA, which is just light gray and dark gray and other grays. It's mostly gray. It's a lot of gray, so I needed some sort of color to kind of mix up what I was working on. If you're interested in how the ATAA is looking, here's a current image. It is really close to being done. I'm currently working with a couple of different designers such as Box Commander, Asgardian Studios, Hamish, I don't remember how to say your name, I'm sorry. A lot of different designers who are currently looking through the ATAA to make sure that it can handle the weight, Technic systems work, and it doesn't break, and it looks nice. So hopefully that will be wrapping up soon. I can start working on instructions, ordering the parts, and then making a video about it at some point. The special model I still have. The other parts are not here yet. Hopefully they'll be here shortly, and I can make a video about that as well, which would be the release of a new model for a company that I am currently working with. I hope to have that video for you soon. If not, I have other videos that we can do in the meantime. So thank you so much. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.